Hello, everyone. This is Pamela Brown out of Upper Marlboro, Maryland, with Unit of Prosperity and iMarketsLive. Thank you for joining me this evening as I interview Dr. Tonya Callendar out of Florida as she comes to us to tell us the amazing results she's been having with Unit of Prosperity and iMarketsLive. Since she's come on board, she's been blazing the trails with iMarketsLive and doing phenomenal things with this opportunity and building a phenomenal team that's also doing great things. So please help me welcome Dr. Tonya Callendar to interview today. Thank you, Dr. Tonya, for interviewing with me today.
Absolutely. Hi, everybody. Hello.
You look beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm going to ask you a few questions and just speak freely. Tell us as much as you want us to know. So I know that you've become a part of Unit of Prosperity and you joined the opportunity iMarketsLive. So tell us what attracted you to it, and just give us a little bit of information about yourself and how you became attracted to this wonderful opportunity.
All right. Okay. Well, here goes, right? My name is Dr. Tonya Callendar. I've been in the industry of network marketing direct sales for about 6-7 years. Love the industry. This was the first place I made some choices in my life that were not smart choices. Therefore, I hindered my ability to get gainful employment. What the average person, the average person takes for granted as far as employment is concerned. I did not have those opportunities. Okay. And so I sought out an opportunity to change my life as well as my children's lives well over a decade ago. And what I ran across was the industry of direct sales and network marketing. It absolutely transformed my life. I've had the opportunity to partner with some phenomenal companies under some great leadership, with great products, with phenomenal CEOs. But I found myself at a place where I was burnt out. I was burnt out with continuing to build teams. I was burnt out with motivating people, continuing to motivate people to remember their why. And it was, my income was contingent upon them remembering their why. So I was constantly rebuilding. And so that totally frustrated me. So I found myself in a place about a year ago where Forex, an opportunity in the Forex space came to me. And I dropped out of school in 9th grade. So when the opportunity was brought to me, I was intimidated by the information. I didn't know what Forex was. I thought it was the stock market. It was just very intimidating for me. So I said no. When it came back around in the form of iMarketsLive. I did some research. I reached out to one individual that's currently in iMarketsLive in leadership. And then another person reached out to me. And I in turn reached out to Mr. Reginald Stinson. So at the time, I had three prospective sponsors, right? And so what was important for me was to find the right individual that it was time for me to go in covenant with. Because one thing I understood about iMarketsLive when it came to me in January of 2017 was the fact that it was a skill set that I could learn that no one can take away from me. Okay. However, when it came, I was in a dark place. I'm being transparent. I was depressed. I was laying in the bed, not eating, not drinking, not talking to people. And so when I looked at the product swap trades, where you can simply copy and paste and go into profit, I said, okay, well, if I can earn an income without talking to people, without recruiting an income, a substantial income, then this is it for me, right? And so laying in my bed, a swipe trade came. I ultimately partnered with Mr. Reginald Stinson, the founder and CEO of Unity of Prosperity, because our spirits connected. I'm just going to be transparent. I loved his heart towards people. I loved the fact that he's a servant leader, and he was putting his team first. And so that is what compelled me to partner with him outside of anybody else. I'm not taking anything else away from any other leaders in the space, in our company. But for me, Mr. Reginald Stinson was the person that I needed to partner with. So when my first wire trade came through, I copied, paste. I did the copy and paste thing, laying in my bed, depressed, right? And went into a $22 profit in about 2 minutes. I went into a $22 profit in 2 minutes. So I was convinced that this was something that I could truly do without talking to anybody, without recruiting anybody. And so I told Mr. Stinson then, I said, look, I'm not recruiting. Don't ask me to. I'm not doing it. I'm going to make this silent money and I'm not telling anybody.
Right.
But I got to a place where I became I became relatively successful financially in the space, and I could not tell people. You know, I could not share. And so my team started building by default. So that is what brings me here.
Well, awesome. So you mentioned that you have children. Yes. Are they young, small children, or do you have teenagers?
Okay, so here we go. My baby is 9. His name is Joshua. And then my next baby are 22, 24, 26, and 28. And I am the grandmother. Oh my
goodness, I would have never thought that.
Yeah, I have 5 children, and my oldest is 28. He's married to a beautiful woman. They just gave me twins. So I have twin babies, Landon and Logan, and excited about that. So yeah, 5 children and 4 grandchildren.
Oh man, that's beautiful.
He's been good. Yes,
and you look fabulous.
Thank you.
I would have never thought. Not at all. You look fabulous.
Thank you. God has redeemed the time. Okay, trust me.
Oh my goodness, praise God.
Absolutely.
So you mentioned that you didn't want to recruit. So recruiting is an optional thing with iMarketsLive?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You can't not recruit. And what I mean by, let me not use the term recruit. You can't not share. Let me say that. You can't not share. Once you learn this skill set, I mean, you have the ability to make thousands from your phone. You know, I've had 5-figure days from this, not talking to anybody. And so it's very hard not to share with a person that you've learned a skill set that no one can take away from you. And so that's ultimately what happened. I went through a season of let me make sure I know what I'm doing, and then